know, our sense is that the practice has never been more important than at a time like this. Yeah? Never been this important. And this necessary, this necessary at this very, very challenging time. And one of the functions of the practice, one of the directions, one of the orientations is to help us stay more balanced so that we don't let the unwholesome, afflictive mind states overly intrude, overly dominate, overly, run roughshod through the mind and body. And in all humility, for those of you who have practiced, and that's most of you, this is always easier said than done, right? Those afflictive and challenging mind states do come to visit us, and it's always challenging to manage those, work with them, settle with them, settle around, not let them take us over. But it's even more challenging now with the rising tide of fear and anxiety in our culture. And being sensitive, it's hard not to accrue. It's not hard for some of that not to seep in to mind and body, to seep in to the organism. Yeah? For all of us. For all of us. Yeah. And many of us perhaps have struggled over the years with establishing a somewhat more regular meditation practice. I know I've had to get back on the horse several times with my meditation practice, have fallen away from it, come back to it. I've had to renew my vow a few times, a promise that I've made to myself, more than a couple times. We just wonder with you whether this might be one of those moments in your own practice to renew your commitment to sit a little bit more regularly. Yeah. Yeah, to reestablish that intention, to revisit, to renew, to recommit. Not that we want to ask you to take the 30-day meditation challenge with us. I don't know, should we do that?
But we do. We do.
But
we think this is really the great time for you to do this, to practice.
Come back into it. Yeah.
Recommit and deepen your practice.
Either here or elsewhere. There's certainly other online things going on now. And some of you may be, used to practicing regularly, on your own. Maybe your practice is that strong. However, just consider that others may appreciate and feel your presence also in an online Sangha at this time as well. So in either case, we want to support you to practice. Yeah? Sangha may be important. The community of like-minded others may be more important now too. Yeah. So I just want to encourage you to practice. Let's practice together. Let's practice together and rediscover the practice as the beacon, the balance beam, the rudder, the refuge that it can be for us during this very precarious time.
And it's in a situation like we find ourselves in, unpredictable, unusual for all of us, where the challenges are more evident. And it's in the challenging situations where our practice has a chance to grow even more. Out of necessity, but that's the blessing of these challenges, is that it creates the opportunities for us to practice. It becomes evident what's necessary. And in this kind of a situation where the conditions are truly ripe for us to practice, we might have a chance to see exactly how stress lives inside of us, what the pattern of stress is, what that looks like inside the bodies and the breath and the heart and the mind. we want to learn how to untangle from those stresses. So the discovering of them and the softening around them becomes just so vital. And here we are, you know, these particular circumstances say that the most prudent way for us to gather together is like this. And this is a brave new world for some of us, right? How do you begin to feel into a sense of connection in this kind of a situation? And I would suggest to you that it's possible. And that it's lovely to look at all of you right now. We have you on gallery screen, so we have like about, let's say 25 or 30 of you on the screen right now.
Oh, we should say this. I forgot to mention.
We'll do that in a minute, my darling. And so we have you in this way right now. We're here together, and my presence, your presence, our presence together can be a tangible support for us, a tangible comfort. And it's a great blessing to be able to sit here and look out and see all of you. And as Bill was about to say, if you click on gallery screen in the top right corner, you too can see like 25 of all of you sitting together. We're all breathing the same air. We're all sitting on the same earth. Here we are. And we're all doing our best to stay safe and to be respectful of the request for social distancing and the need for it right now. So thank you for that compassionate act, because that's what it is. This is what compassion in action looks like right now. Take refuge in that awareness that we are, each of us, doing our best to not cause harm. That is a great blessing. And we can delight in that. We can truly appreciate that. Our own efforts for the practice and for other people doing the same. So rather than succumb to the contagions of fear and anxiety, of irritation, restlessness and worry, let's see if we can soften and soothe and release whatever stress is possible. And let's appreciate the environment, the atmosphere of good friends that we find ourselves in right now, and make much of it. Let's practice together.